For Euralis Semences, innovation is the key factor for development. Every year, the company invests 13% of its turnover in research. The discovery of tropical dent corn is a result of a thorough investigation that has started more than 10 years ago. This genetics is original and exclusive to Euralis Semences. It will help the brand in taking shares in the corn grain market. This is a real genetic jump that brings a high added value for the farmers.
One of the major principles for improving corn hybrids is heterosis. This heterosis effect is an added vigor obtained by crossing two distant lines. The bigger the genetic distance between the two sources is, the higher the heterosis effect can be. That is why the aim of Euralis was to diversify the origins of its genetic populations. It is long-term, fastidious work that started over 10 years ago by the analysis of the different genetic sources. Nowadays, the majority of the genetics proposed on the market by the different breeders is based on the well-known groups discovered during the last 50 years. The objective of Euralis Semences was to introduce tropical dent source into the different parental lines in varied quantities, in order to strengthen the heterosis and increase the genetic variability, source of the progress. We collected the seeds of corn populations from different geographical zones where the corn was planted. Firstly, we needed to characterize those seeds genetically. Very early on, Euralis invested in a molecular marking tool which is extremely effective. The collected material was given to our colleagues from the laboratory, who analyzed it and studied the differences at the DNA level. And then we realized that an original genetic group existed. Later we called this completely new source tropical dent.
A marker is a tool that we use to focus on one point of the genome. The markers help us to read partially the genome of each plant, and thus we are able to build the genomic diversities and to identify to which family each plants belong to.
ES Gallery was the first tropical dent corn hybrid we have launched. Although normally the registration process in France takes 2 years, it was registered in the French catalogue in only 1 year, on the level of 107% of the standard. ES Gallery is a mid-early hybrid, but we have also successfully launched several varieties in the very early and early groups. In the meantime, the varieties of mid-late and late groups are under registration. ES Gallery was being tested within our distributors' field trials, where it had showed very good results, as it was often first in the ranking or in the first third of the list.
The importance of tropical dent for the company is only comparable with the introduction of the Eurostar genetics more than 10 years ago. Our breeders are not only working on single products, they are working on a complete product family, hand in hand in all our research centers.
Our interest was to get the products with a high potential due to the numerous rows and the increased number of grains per row. The kernels seem to be small when you look on the cob, but they are elongated. They have a good specific weight, great fecundation, and a quick dry down at the end of the cycle. ES Gallery was proposed to us last year in 2012. We started the evaluation immediately, and after very good results in 2012, we continued the evaluation in 2013 through our referent trials. For our referent trials, we've defined standards, and ES Gallery was at 104 and 105% of the standard, which is a good performance. The researchers say it is a real ability to innovate. And our task is to give our clients the possibility to use this innovation so that each genetic jump results in the increase of their profitability.
The key characteristics of tropical dent hybrids are yield, stability, dry down.
To test the tropical dent genetics, we established a network of approximately 200 field trials throughout Europe in the countries where the corn is planted. We analyzed the corn of different maturity groups in various environments. The objective was to clearly understand the behavior of tropical dent under the different climatic conditions in order to recommend varieties which correspond best to the farmer's needs. This variety has a good look.
32 to 36 kernels per row. This is a typical cob.
I'm completely satisfied by the behavior of the hybrid. We planted with a density of 95,000 plants per hectare. The emergence was good. This corn has shown a fair result in quite poor soils. For the moment, we are very satisfied by ES Gallery. It has regular ears from the bottom to the top. Valuable work was done to develop a new technology and fresh varieties. I consider that in the near future, we will hear a lot about ES Gallery. It will replace certain well-known varieties.
Up to now, Euralis Semence brand was really strong in the early genetics, and thanks to the tropical dent, we will be able to go on latest part of the market. I mean FAO above 300 and 350. We want to propose the best to the farmers. It's the reason of living for Euralis Semence. In the last 3 years, Euralis Semence has increased the sales by 60%, and thanks to the tropical dent genetics, we will continue growing.